Chapter 29. Rusty curled into a ball at the sound of rushing footsteps. She feared that thing was coming back for more. Please, she begged to herself, please let me get out of this. She looked into the darkness of the cave, waiting for her captor. The footsteps got closer until they stopped. A pair of blood-red eyes looked down at her, looking through her and seeing her insecurities, her fears. Yet Rusty felt something inside her building up. Buried deep under that fear was anger. Anger that she was willing to let out in her last moments. Do it, she muttered to herself. Do it. She stood up. Do it, you motherfucker! Rusty. East emerged from the darkness. Oh my God, East. She limped over and hugged him. Baby, are you okay? He asked. Did that thing do anything to you? I'm fine, East, she cried. But I don't think I can walk too far. East took off his trench coat and wrapped it around his girlfriend. Here, lean on me. Rusty felt Coco's paws on her stomach. Seeing the loving blue healer filled her with joy. Coco, am I glad to see you. With Coco guiding, East helped Rusty through the cave. The darkness seemed endless until Rusty saw a light. East, up ahead. Like a sign from God, Spazzy's barking began to echo through the cave. He must have found the creature. Spazzy, come here, boy, East called. The dog came running full speed where the trio met him at the source of the light. A hole in the ceiling of the cave. That thing's too high. How are we going to climb through? Rusty asked. Both dogs started going crazy, with Coco standing in front of Rusty and Spazzy circling all of them, barking at the ceiling. At first, East wasn't sure why. Then he remembered when that thing first broke into his house. The dog saved him with Spazzy chasing after it and Coco standing guard. Rusty, hold on to Coco. Rusty knelt down with the dog so that East could pull out both his sides. He followed Spazzy's movement. Where is it, boy? Just out of the corner of his eye, the creature revealed itself. It swung its antlers and hatchet wildly. East strategically used his side to block and counter its attacks. He tried to keep the fight near the light in the cave to keep the advantage he had. All the while, he noticed that thing had gotten slower. Stab wounds and gunshots left untreated were taking its toll. East saw an opening to hit the thing in the chest with the butt of his side. It retaliated by swinging the hatchet upward, cutting East's lip, cheek, eyebrow, and forehead. The oozing blood blinded him once more. When the creature raised its antlers to finish him, Rusty stepped in to help. It turned around and slashed her across the face. Spazzy and Coco jumped in, with Spazzy climbing on its back and Coco biting down on its hand. By now, East was able to wipe the blood from his eyes and saw his girlfriend nursing a fresh cut and his dogs trying to fight the creature. It threw Spazzy off and grabbed Coco by the throat. The dog whimpered as it rubbed its antlers against his snout. East acted immediately. He grabbed his side, rushed the creature, and jammed both of them into its wrist and elbow, pinning it against the wall of the cave in the process. With the monster immobilized, East ran to Rusty to check on her. Baby, are you all right? She pressed the sleeve of his coat against her face. I'm fine. Spazzy and Coco joined the two of them, offering moral support as East helped her to her feet. They grabbed hold of both dogs' leashes and let them lead. Wait, East stopped. He turned back to see the monster struggling to free itself with little success. Rusty tapped his shoulder and pointed. Look, pieces of flesh on the ground. Flesh, moss, dirt. Whatever this thing used to keep itself together was all falling apart. They saw it, and the creature saw it. For the first time since all this started, the monster was afraid. It snatched up the hatchet and hacked away at its arm, desperately trying to free itself. We need to go, East said. Spazzy, Coco. With their hands gripping the leash, the dogs guided them through the cave. Behind them, they heard the creature desperately howling and chopping its arm to pieces. Run! East yelled to Rusty, Coco, and Spazzy alike. None of them were running fast enough. Rusty looked back. She saw the thing had managed to amputate its right arm and was now in pursuit of the four, its body still falling apart. Faster! She yelled. The four sprinted through the cave, Rusty even ignoring the pain in her ankle to keep up. Soon they began to see light at the end. There it is! East yelled. By now, he let go of Spazzy's leash to let him get ahead. Rusty did the same with Coco, but he stayed with them until they reached the end. The couple practically dropped once they saw the green grass at the end of the tunnel. Spazzy ran circles around them in excitement. That excitement was short-lived, though. The howls of that creature got more distorted the closer it got. East and Rusty began to run from the entrance, but East stopped. He wanted this to end. The screaming soon halted as the melting wreck of a monster stumbled out of the cave, swinging the hatchet aimlessly. With each step it took, more flesh melted away. As it entered the sunlight, its body seemed to fall apart even more. Its legs fell to pieces, and it was forced to crawl the rest of the way. East looked down at the pathetic mess. Right arm amputated, legs melted away, left arm on the verge of falling apart. This thing wasn't a threat anymore. He reached down and picked up the tomahawk that thing took from him at Jeff's funeral. This is mine. The creature looked into his blood-red eyes before it closed its own. East knew what it wanted. After weeks of taunting and several failed attempts to kill him, it wanted East to take that hatchet and finish it off. To die at the hands of the one person you couldn't kill. That's what the creature wanted. That's not what it deserved. As it waited, the creature began to shake with fear and anticipation. Its head began to melt away as East watched it happen. He watched all the pieces of skull that it took over the years chip away, and the brain inside melting and leaking through the cracks. Finally, the eyes rotted away and soaked into the grass with the rest of its body. Rusty sat behind East as the whole thing happened. Stazzy and Coco never left her side the entire time. Slowly, East turned around. His eyes returned to normal. He gave her a faint, familiar smile. It's over.